Center. Hey. Oh yeah, this is a... second edition, 85 bucks. This is not too bad, this one.
Yeah, it's not too bad for the price and everything. Maybe it's a go, I don't know. Yes, do I have it?
I can't get my finger in here.
If I have the series, it's probably going to be right here in this right here. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna break a nail trying to get my fingers in here. Hey. I'm gonna break a nail.
Do I get them too tight? if they're too tight, just grab a few from the back or a few from the front.
No, I'm just making joking around.
Because I sometimes do that.
Yeah, they are.
Here, just pull some right here from the back, like this here. Now they're much easier to look for.
Yeah, how about that, man? He says you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right?
Every time I think, I think, I can put a couple more in there. I can put a couple more in there, and then pretty soon it's too tight.
And then it's too tight, yeah. And they have that cardboard in the back that always takes up space.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think that's a neat way to display action figures. I think I stepped on one and broke it earlier.
Greetings, everybody, and a fine how do you do? I'm going to show you some books that I picked up at the DuPage County Fairgrounds last Saturday, March 2nd. I was there with Time Travel Comics, and I think I showed some of these already on the 4-Color Fossils last Wednesday, but I haven't showed these on my channel yet. Some of the stuff I might have from other books here that I picked up elsewhere. It's always such a mess around here. I never know if I show things twice or not. But at any rate, these are what I picked up at the MightyCon at the DuPage County Fairgrounds. And quite interesting. Right off the bat, I am going to show you what to me is one of the strangest little Dell covers that I have ever come across. And it's from a series called The Brownies, which I was familiar with, but this particular issue, which I showed on the 4-Color Fossils, is kind of strange, man, to me, anyway. This is issue $2.93. And you got all these weird so-called little brownies getting in your cake mix and in the waffle machine, and goodness gracious. And it's weird because I had a dream not too long ago. Well, I'm not going to go into it in any detail, but I had a dream not too long ago that I was running through the forest, stepping on what I thought was blueberries, but they turned out to be Smurfs. And this kind of reminds me of that. If you want to know more about that, you'll have to watch the replay of the 4-Color Fossils, which is on Graphic Man Comics. And they're on every Wednesday night. We're on there. But let me pull this out of the back so I can show you the back cover as well. Now, you know, when I was talking about this, some of the guys thought this was a Walt Kelly cover, and I thought it might be as well, but I had my doubts. So I double-checked on this because I just had my doubts, and sure enough, it was not Walt Kelly that did the cover on this. It was somebody, what's his name? Not James Gunn. Don Gunn, who was an animator for Disney, and he did a whole bunch of Dell covers. He did Walt Disney covers, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse covers, and I am not that well familiar with him at all. But when I double-checked at the Grand Comics database to see if this was Walt Kelly, it was not. It was Don Gunn. Here's the back cover. such a strange little bizarre comic book, first of all, but this cover in particular is just a bizarre little book. But neat, nonetheless. It's from 1950, and it's issue 293. There. Put this thing back in there. You know, man, I need some coffee. I haven't had any coffee the whole day. And then all of a sudden, because I didn't want to drink any, and all of a sudden I got the urge. So I made a fresh thing of my favorite coffee, hazelnut. It's already got the cream and sugar in it. Make it Vienna style coffee. What the in-crowd likes to call lattes. I'll have a latte while I'm reading my omnibus. Got a little pumpkin cream in there. Oh, that was, when I saw that, I had to pick it up, man. And the price for all the books that I picked up there were, how many did I pick up? 6? I don't know. Now I can't remember what the count was. Let me count them again. I think it was 16. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16. Yeah. So some of the books were $15. Some of them were $5. Some were less than that. But I calculated it. I divided, the 16 books by the amount of money I spent, $120. So they came to $7.50 a piece. That's how I do it, Whether you think this was worth $7.50 or not. Maybe I only paid this one I only paid $5 for, or $4, I don't know. But anyway, that's what it comes down to. On average, $7.50 a book. And I got this little one, this little number over here, and I showed this before. It was really beat up, and I did some doctoring on it. I took it to the hospital. I did some work on it. So I don't know if you saw it before. I probably showed it. It was all... It had a rolled spine, and, was... holy crap, a lot of tears and pieces that were missing, that were folded in and so forth. And so I kind of fixed it up a little bit. Blue Bolt number, this is volume 3, number 5, but it's actually number 29 from 1942. This has, what's interesting about this is that it has a Mickey Spillane story in there, Sergeant Spook. And the guy that does the cover, John Jordan. It says Jordan here. John spelled Jon, I think. Or maybe it is spelled like John. I can't remember. But he also does the interior art. And I just thought this was a cool cover, and I had to pick it up. This had a $20 price tag on it. It was so beat up, and it still is. I paid. He took $5 off, so I got it for $15. But Mickey Spillane is the creator of Mike Hammer, and Mickey Spillane's first story was I, the Jury. I mean, not his first story. His first novel was I, the Jury, in which the character of Mike Hammer first appeared. Prior to that, he was doing stuff for pulp magazines and for comic books. And when did he create that I, the Jury? I think it was in a later not 50s, a later 40s, 1947, maybe 1948, 47, 48. But he was doing pulps prior to that, and then comic books, and I think I read, on Wikipedia, I think I read that he had originally intended Mike Hammer to be a detective crime comic book, and the name at that time that he had in mind was Mike, what the hell was it? Mike Danger. And he decided to write a novel instead, and then he changed the name to Mike Hammer. And that was in, I think, 1947. His first hardcover novel came out with the first appearance of Mike Hammer. The crazy gumshoe noir detective. So that's interesting that he has a story in here. Of course, he did a lot for various different companies. Did a lot of stories for different, including Timely Comics. I think he did for DC. Did work for DC. I have that novel, I, the Jury, in paperback. I don't think it's the original one that came out in 1948. The hardcover came out, I the Jury, in 1947, and then the paperback came out in 48. And from what I've read, that between those two, in the year and a half period, he sold like 6.5 million copies. That must have propelled him, you know, to fame, beyond fame. Mickey Spillane. Next one that I picked up, this is Thor Annual number 5. I didn't even know I can't remember picking this up, but I must have paid, this was probably half price. It was probably a $5 price tag on it, and I got it for half off because this one guy was having half off on everything. So here we have the Mighty Thor and Hercules again. King size annual. And I always pick up some Harveys when I get the opportunity and I see them. This was a nice cover here. Casper Strange Ghost Stories. Number 2, 35 cents. Probably from 1975, I'll bet. I don't even know. Did I rebag and board this? I'm curious now. Is this from 1945? 75. Oh, look at this. I'm looking for the indicia and it's nowhere to be found on the interior of the front cover or the splash page. Instead, it's found on the third page. It's 1975. I was right for a change. Ah, these were such great comics. And it's hard to find, you know, black covers like this in very nice shape, because for some reason the black ink always had a tendency to get easily removed by the oils from your hand when kids had their fingers on these books a lot. The oils in your hands would have a tendency to take off the black ink a lot easier than other colors. So they're pretty more difficult to find in higher grade, and, you know, nice cover sheen to them. I'm glad to have that. What is this now? This is a rather expensive book. I got it for half price. It was $40, as you can see. It's got like an near mint minus. The cover is by Louis Dominguez. Great underrated artist, man. Take it out of that bag. And it's high priced even on eBay. Well, everything on eBay is overpriced, I think. But just a beautiful cover. And I think because of the cover that it is it's got a female on the cover, and, you know, she's underwater and they're drowning and she's in a state of shock, you know, or I don't know what you would call it, you know. I've seen some sellers listing this on eBay as an underwater cover. Underwater cover. Gee, is it really? or drowning cover. Unbelievable, man. As if, you know, the guy who's ever buying it doesn't realize it's an underwater cover. That's so it's supposed to make it worth more money or something. I don't know. But at any rate, I gotta rebag that too. Boy, we go. Eh. What? No way I paid $25 for this. It's a nice sci-fi cover though. Got the old, it's pretty nice condition. Got the old checkerboard banner across the top, what everybody calls the go-go checks, which they are, you know. This is number 99. And it's just a great sci-fi cover, kind of reminiscent of Frankenstein in his laboratory. Rampage of the Energy Beings. From 1967. Oh, no wonder it's so exciting. It's the first appearance of the nuclear superhero. Oh, I hate it when it doesn't focus properly. Look at, there's the old Polaris nuclear submarine. 698. I had ordered one when I was a kid. COD. Because that's when they still allowed you to order it COD. Let's see if this says COD on it. Yeah. Still send it COD, and it's from 1967, but I ordered it like in 1965. And I even paid a... Did I send $1 in? Was it a... Let me check something here. Yeah, I sent it. It says $1 Goodwill deposit. I sent $1 in as a Goodwill deposit, and then there was like $6 that you owe on it. And it came to the house. And I was all excited, but I didn't have the freaking money. It got there so fast. I asked my brother if he would borrow me the money because I still owed $6 on it. He said, "Are you crazy? You know how long I got to work for $6? I got to work a whole hour to make $6." But I had to send it back. And I'll bet you a lot of postmen quite often had to take things back that were COD, and they had to take them back, and that's probably one of the reasons why they don't do CODs anymore. Jack Sparling did the cover. Jack Sparling did the cover. But I got that on the back. 99, February, March 1967, Jack Sparling cover. What did he... What else did he do? He did a lot of stuff. He did stuff for DC and ACG. He was all over the place. I think he did comics for almost every company that ever existed. Well, I mean, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration because there were, you know, but I wouldn't doubt if he did work for at least a couple dozen companies. You know, I know he did Marvel, DC, he did Dell, Gold Key, and ACG. Even later on, I think for later companies in the 80s, when we had that big boom in the 80s, the boom and then the bust and then the explosion of black and white comics. I think he did stuff for it's another 80s company. I can't, some 80s company, I don't know. Could have been Malibu and other companies that he did work for. What's the other company? Maybe even Comico. Here's one from 1982. Covered by Jim Aparo, Brave and the Bold. Now this was a different dealer, and he had a bunch of books for $5, and they were half off on the 5. So I picked up a bunch of stuff. So this was $2.50. I think he had to buy. I forgot how many books he had to buy. I think he had to buy 5 books at $5, and then he would give you half off. But Jim Aparo, man, it's pretty good. Pretty good artwork. What's this next one? Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, now I'm surprised that this thing, we wanted $20 for this, and it's John Buscema on the cover. I think that was from this other guy. He kept giving me $5 off on the book, so I must have paid $15 for this, or maybe I paid $10. I don't know if I paid too much for it, but I knew this was one that I had, but in really low grade, and this was a real nice copy, so I decided to pick it up. But it ended up costing me, like I said, $7.50 if I divide, the 16 by the 120 that I spent. This really only cost me $7.50. But then this one that I paid half of $5, I paid $2.50 for this. I really paid $7.50 for this as well. But 6 or half a dozen of the other, I don't, There's another, this from the same guy again, $5 book. This is Brave and the Bold, $1.70, and it's another Jim Aparo cover. Batman and Nemesis. Batman and Nemesis, Brave and the Bold. Wait a minute now. Yeah, this what I want to do is rebag and board this one, because where are we going with this? Where are we going? Where are we going with that one? Gee. Oh, man. Some days you just can't get rid of a stack of comics. Oh, I don't want to use this. This looks like it's been used for something else. Garbage. Where's it? I don't even know what my garbage is. Holy shit. There it is. Okay. I think I'm putting that in that one in a standard comic size, which is 7 1/4 Mylar. Mylites 2. 7 1/4. Let's see if this, if I got the right board for it. Yes, I do. Maybe I'll double board it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh yes, that's much better. Protect this one. This doesn't have the self stick because this is not Comic Pro Mylar. This is Ernie Gerber, E. Gerber. Of course, Ernie Gerber is no longer with us. Died quite a while ago. That's much better. Put it down there. Got a little box to put it in temporarily. Then we got Superman's pal, Ginny Olsen, with a Neil Adams cover. Got a red tag. I don't know what, I forgot what that meant. Maybe that was half off, I'm not sure. Got it in fine. I know I didn't have this one. Oh, he's got all sorts of stuff written on the back here. The dealer notes, 111. This one I'm going to have to rebag and board. It's from the same dealer with the red tag on it. He's got these notes on the back. $10. I know I didn't pay. I must have paid $5. These were must have been half off. Pretty sure. Well, it doesn't even make any difference. You know, they all, I average it out to $7.50 a piece. So, this is pretty nice though. Archie's Pals and Gals from 1968, number 46. The rattling you hear is not the car, it's just the driver's head. Yeah, you can put I don't know, maybe you can put Joe Biden's head right there. Some people might want to put Trump's head in there. Oh man. What a state of confusion address. That was the most bizarre state of confusion address I ever witnessed. It was more like, and it was actually really not a State of the Union address at all. It was a campaign speech. Okay. Next one I got is, these I never seen before. And I looked it up online. I think there were like 6 or 7 issues of this. Or maybe there was less. Wait. 1, 2, 3. What did I... Anyway, here. It's number 1. It's Lev Gleason. The infamous Crime Comics publisher, Lev Gleason. He also published Daredevil, the original Daredevil. That's where the House of Someone Else's Ideas got their idea from. This was from 19 Well, from the mid-50s, I'm sure. Mid-50s. What the hell is that? Oh, it's my alarm system. Let's see here. Look it up, man. The cover is by Bill Walton. Ooh, is this the old board? No. Lev Gleason. 1955. Volume 1, number 1, 1955. These things to me are always interesting. You see this? These icons here, the ID, and it looks like the United States, kind of. That is simply independent distributor. That's what that means. ID, independent distributor. And then the PDC, that's who the general distributor was. And the PDC is the this one was Publishers Distribution Corporation. What the hell? There. Someone's made an invention. Did I rebag and board this already? Back in the bag there. You always got to be careful when you got these self-resealable bags. They got that adhesive strip right there. Got to be very careful. And I swore I would never use these bags, and now I'm using them all the time. I can't afford the Mylar for everything, you know. Just not possible anymore. Especially when you're on Social Security, really. Went to a convention and all I had was $140, and I spent $120 of it on comics, and then $20 was spent for other things. Yeah, you seen guys going in there with the $100 bills and everything, man. It looked like, wow. It looked like they got a wad like that. A couple $1,000s in there. Literally. I mean, I'm not kidding. You know, I'm thinking of that Mickey Spillane story, you know, novel, I, the Jury. Wasn't that a movie? If anybody knows, am I losing my marbles? But I seem to think that that was made into a movie, I, the Jury. A film noir. What is this? Oh, yeah, I'm going to rebag and board this one. So you'll have to bear with me, children. I am going to rebag and board this puppy because it's so nice. I don't want to see it get ruined, you know. I'll have to put that in a wider bag. This is a 7.5. Or wait a minute, no, this is 7 5/8, I think. So weird, you know. I mean, does it make any difference right now? Do I have to really measure it? No, but am I going to? Yes. Just to satisfy my own curiosity. It's... Come on now. 7 5/8. So, this is more for Golden Age and wider books. I got 7.5. I gotta put a... Yeah, I gotta put a backup art in there. I was, let's see, what's today? What's today? What is today? Is today Sunday? Today is Sunday. I was watching the Geeky Puppet Show. Not really watching it that much, listening to it more or less while I was putting... Where's that book? I showed you that book already, that Blue Bolt book with the hell is it? I was putting it, I had it apart, you know. I had the staples out and I was putting the pages back because I took the roll out of it, the spine roll out of it, just using a clothes iron. And it worked. Wait a minute, there's stuff in here. Yeah, this one. While they were doing this Geeky Puppet Show Friday, well, that's what it's called, but on Friday nights, what they actually do, they do puppet shows, but on Friday night they do these readings. Eric Breen is on there, and usually, sometimes Micah is on there from Graphic Man. I was on there a couple of times. I wanted to get on there last night, but then I got into doing this, and it's a good thing I didn't go on because there were over 3 hours on that one. But anyway, I wouldn't have lasted 3 hours. I was putting this back together while listening to them read. What they do is they pick a comic book, usually a DC or a Marvel comic book, and then they voice the characters in that book. Each individual gets a character, or maybe 2 characters, and they do the voices of those characters and as they read the comic book, right? And of course they do a lot of their own, you know, add a lot of their own verbiage, and it was funny. A couple of times I put the wrong pages together because it was hilarious, you know, what they were doing. And Miranya's on there as well, and she's pretty fantastic too, man. I mean, she does some voices that I had to look when I heard it. Is that her? And it was her. And I thought, boy, God, man, she must be possessed, man. I couldn't believe it. I wouldn't have known it was her doing those voices, but they're pretty good and they're funny. So I was watching that on Friday night. If you ever have time, you can tune that in to, it's called a Geeky Puppet Show. Which reminds me, this coming Friday, I'm going to be on a Horror Mike show at 7 o'clock in Central Time. He's got a 2,000 subscriber celebration going on, and I'm going to be on his show live. That's going to be 7 p.m. this Friday, what is it? Friday the 15th. Friday the 15th at 7 p.m. Central or 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and 5 o'clock for all you dingleberries still living in California. So that should be a lot of fun. I'll leave the link to that Mike's channel and that show that's coming up on Friday, that live show. I'll leave it in the description, so be sure to check it out. I think we're going to have a lot of fun talking about horror movies, showing some rare horror comics and talking about them and so forth. Let's see what the next comic I have here. Oh, Frosty the Snowman. This is the first appearance of Frosty the Snowman in comics from 1951. It's Del 4 color. $3.59. Pretty nice shape for $7.50. $7.50. I mean, you know, it's got spine is not in the greatest shape, but you know, I mean, I don't care about that. I'm glad to have this, you know, especially at that price. Next one I got is this is from a Greenlit. Oh, that must be from the same guy that I bought the other stuff from. This is Archie Comics. Archie's joke book. This is a nice shape. That's probably why I got it. Very nice shape, man. Woo, look at there. I like it. I like it. We like it. Well, this is like, holy smokes. February 1965, number 8085. If it didn't have this crease on there, I'd say it was a near mint minus. It's got a tiny blemish down here. Can barely even see it. But it's there. Now you can see it. There you go. Other than that, I think this book would have been near mint minus. Was that something else there? No. Pretty nice. Nice high grade book though, even with that crease. Well, let me show you what I was just poking some fun at here. Veronica, Day at the Beach. And how do you like this pose? We like it. We like it. Of course, they're all looking at her rear end because they can't see the front. So they must be saying, we like it. We like her rear end. Because that's how she's facing. It's kind of funny. Unintentional, you know. You know, they used to say only idiots read the Archie teenage foible books. All about the teenage foibles and but they had ads in there for encyclopedias because maybe they weren't so dumb after all buying these Archie comic books. This is such a great ad in the back. Oh, I love these ads. 1965. What a nice time it was. Let's put this one in a... Looks like it needs a a little bit of a wider one. You know, this might be too wide, but one of the reasons why I do that is because I like to have it breathing a little bit, you know. It's not in there sealed tight, you know. You can see it. You gotta have a little space on each end. I had an article by a guy who worked for the Library of Congress, and he did an article, Chicago Tribune, quite a while ago, but he argued against sealing the books completely, sealing magazines, newspapers, and that included comic books, sealing them tight and completely so that no air can get in. That's not good either, because then you're asking for all the acids that are in there and the tannins and all this contaminants and the smell. You're asking the book to just stew in its own juices. So I always like to have a little bit of room on each side, and then I don't have to worry about when I seal the book up here. Seal it up like this. You know, you can still get a little bit of air through here, a little bit of air on the other side, and because it's not packed in there, you know, airtight, it's not good. I don't think it's good. And you know, you can slide the book in and out of the bag easier when you take it out to look at it or read it or whatever. Some people have different opinions, you know, but this is from a guy that worked at the Library of Congress, preserving documents. Preserving documents. And there was a Spider Woman. How long have I been going now anyway? I can't even tell. Where's the timer? Usually I have a secondary timer going here. Doesn't it say in here? Doesn't it tell me how much time has elapsed? Oh, 49 minutes and 32 seconds. Okay. 23. This is pretty cool. I love the colors on here. Just love the colors. Web of Spider-Man #1. That's why I bought it, because I buy a first issue because it says first issue on it, so I bought it. No, I thought it was a pretty cool cover. Oh, here we have something. Oops, what's that? Hey, what the hey? The Living Mummy. All these deadly pawns. Supernatural Thrillers #14. It's got a cover by Eli Katz, otherwise known as Gil Kane. The last one from that con. Supernatural Thrillers #9. #9. It's also a Gil Kane cover with Al Milgrom on the inks, I believe. Huh, Gil Kane. Gil Kane, I say. That's it for what was on the convention now. I do got some other stuff here. I don't know. if I showed any of this or not, man. Let's see here. I got some stuff I wanted to show you that Leo from Time Travel Comics, in his travels, he picked up when he goes to the different bookstores. He goes, sometimes when on his day off, he just goes to different stores and resale shops and so forth, antique places, mostly with his wife, his lovely wife. And then he's always picking stuff up, and I assume before you know it, some stuff, sometimes $2, $3, or $1 or whatever, and oh, this is interesting for that price, and he lets it pile up, and then he gives it to me. This is one, and this is another. Oh, here's one. He picked this up at Chicago Comics. The cover is also by Eli Katz, otherwise known as Gil Kane. Let me see if I can't make the alarm go off. The Gil Kane alarm. Whoa, baby, that's a Gil Kane alarm. Oh, boy. Picked it up at Chicago Comics. I wrote all that stuff. Well, I didn't write that. I wrote this because I got it from him. Right there. But I like that. I want to put another backer board in here, but I'm going to keep this backer board in it as well, because it's neat that you have that identification with it, where the comic originated from. Now, this was probably $1, and the reason it was $1 because it's got these punch holes. It was originally in a binder. You see that? So this is rare. This is what they call, what the Overstreet price guides called binder issues, which makes them more valuable. You send these into CGC or CBCS, and it'll come back as a rare binder issue. And this is high grade. It'll come back as a high grade binder issue. I'm kidding, but it is. It was in somebody's. Somebody had it in a binder, which is interesting. It's interesting to me. I love things like that. I don't disparage binder holes in the comics as long as they're in the margins. Now let me get one of these. You guys that use these, you ever notice how how they stick to everything? All that static electricity, the negative ions, I say. So I got that from Leo over at Time Travel Comics. This was cool. I have another copy of this. This is from Asylum Press, Vampires #1. It's a one-shot. It was put out in 2022, and Horror Mike had some of these #1s with a blank cover, and he drew some horror art on it, and I bought it from him. And he did a pretty good job. He's good, very good job with the artwork. Good gracious goodness. Who was that, for crying out loud?
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.
Sorry for the interruption there. Yeah, this reprints horror comics from the 1950s. Very fun to read. Very fun to... Was get me. I wish I had the other Blood for the Vampire. Here's the back. I think these things were pretty cool. I did a few of these. Then I got this. You gifted me this one, Where Monsters Dwell, with a cover by Eric Powell, creator of The Goon. Just, oh yeah, it's reprinting all these classic Atlas comics, you know, pre-Marvel Atlas. Then I got this, the 3D Deep #1 comics. Now there's no 3D glasses, but I have plenty of 3D glasses. And I got myself something. Oh, I can read this tonight, man. We got a Nick Cardy cover here. This is Ghosts, #4. Little beat up, but beautiful reader copy. Beautiful copy to read. As a matter of fact, it's actually, the interiors are actually, the pages are pretty supple. Kind of cream to slight tan. And I don't know if I have this. I think I probably do have this already, but I'm not sure. But that's going to be going up there to read tonight. Put that over there so I can read that tonight. What else? I think I already read this, but I'm going to bring it upstairs and read it again. Elf Quest: The Hidden Years, #1 in full color. It's another comic he gifted me. These are all like #1s. #1, #1, #1. One shot there, and that's it for that. But we also got this for me. This is cool. I always wanted to get some of these Charlton Bullseye magazines. Now I got one, because I don't have any. Now I have #2, and then there's #1 and #3, which I would like to get, but they're so expensive, and I can't afford those damn things. Not at the prices they're trying to get on eBay. I can't. Charlton Bullseye, #1. No, I mean #2. And I do wish I had #1 and #3. Maybe one of these days. cover by Joe Staton here. I'm going to take that upstairs because I want to read this. And this is interesting. This is a catalog that was originally sent to this individual right there. And what it is, this comes from a place that no longer exists, but it used to be Barrington Square Cards in West Dundee, Illinois. I've been there quite a few times. And what this is, a catalog of all the card sets and boxes that this company had available to buy. Now this came out, I think, yeah, when did this come out? Yeah. Bear with me here for a moment. Mm-hmm. 847. Is there any hint at all as to when this came out? Wow, wait, man. I have no idea. Oh, what a bloody shame. Well, it's got the X-File collection. That'll give you an idea of when. So anyway. Series 1. The box, you can buy a box for $65, or you can buy a full set for $20. But this company, they had so many different trading card sets that were out. Some of them I never even heard of before. I mean, that's a whole nother rabbit hole you can fall into. Mars Attacks. I mean, it's just loaded with, man, Kojak, Mork and Mindy, and all sorts of stuff, man. The Dinosaurs, Dallas, a lot of different TV shows, Amos and Andy. Just interesting. It can be used as a reference guide. What am I on now? I'm on an hour already. I don't know if I showed this. I showed this maybe on the fossils. The Date with Judy. 52 pages. This is the haunted house cover. when you go to eBay and you want to find this one, they'll all tell you haunted house cover. They'll make sure that they mention it in the description. Haunted house cover. And the price, you know, because it's a haunted house cover. Haunted house cover. You got a haunted horror cover. That's what you got there. Here, leave it to Stinky. An obvious, I don't want to say rip-off, but obviously inspired from Leave It to Beaver. DC, 52 pages. Nice swim. Nice swimwear. Without showing too much. It's nice swimwear. Cool radio, look at that. And then I have one of these clear backer boards on the back because I just love this ad. There's the back. Tom McCann. My parents always bought me my shoes at Tom McCann's. And they did. My mom always took me to Tom McCann's for the shoes. Lincoln and Belmont, the shopping district down there in Lakeview area of Chicago, and I always got my shoes there, and always the same people worked there. I thought it would never change, and one day it was all over. These big shoe stores started coming along, changed everything. Here, let me show you what. This is the clear backer board. It has a sheet, a plastic sheet on both sides that you peel off. The sheet is there to protect it. It's a protective sheet. You peel it off and then you got a clear backer board. But there... Oh, what was that? What was that? Drop my scissors. Tailor scissors. America's #1 shoe. Woo 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 woo. Wow, can you imagine $7.45? Cool leather shoe, man. I'd wear those with some slacks. I mean, maybe not now at my age, you know. I wear mostly black. I dress conservatively. Let me take this out because I want to see what year it is and what other ads they might have in here. 1951. Man, 1951. Let's take a look at some of the ads in here, shall we? Ooh. I don't know much about baseball. Eric Greenwood. Eric Greenwood. It sounds like I'm saying his last name, Greenwood. No, Eric Breen would know much more about this than I would. I never heard of this guy. Phil Rizzuto, most valuable player, American League. Wheaties, Bill's a champion. Phil Rizzuto. The Fitting Thing dance data. Very nice pages. Indeed. Oh man, this is I wonder. Here's a story, okay? Wait a minute, are they? They're playing basketball. Hold on a minute here. And now they're in the dressing room after the game. They're getting the regular clothes on. He's got the shoes on, and he says he can't walk. Does this remind you of anything? See those shoes there? I mean, Pinky couldn't walk because somebody nailed his shoes to the floor. I remember stuff like that, you know. I didn't do it, but other, kids did it in school. But it kind of those shoes kind of remind me of what's in the back here. See? Okay, let's look at some more ads here. See what we can come up with. I should take this upstairs and read this. Oh, free at no cost. Plastic Magic Moving Picture Eye. Get yourself some Kellogg's Pep cereal. Let's see what else we can find here. Anything of any interest? Oh yeah, here's double bubble gum. Flares. I used to love these. I still love these ads that they do as comic panels, like a newspaper comic strip, and they put it in the comic. I love those type of advertisements. Here's an in-house ad for Tomahawk. Symbol of the restless frontier, the struggle of our fathers against implacable nature. I'm just kidding, implacable nature, and against evil men, white and red, who strove to stem the tide of civilization. Kind of reminds you of today, doesn't it? Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, Vitalis hair cream. You know, I got an original bottle, glass bottle of Vitalis upstairs. I should bring that down and show this ad again. But that says hair cream. The one I have is in a bottle. It's kind of... I wonder if that's the same thing. Mine is like a liquid oil that you put in your hair. Let's see. And that's it, you know. These are pretty cool. You see what I'm talking about? I didn't put it down the right way. And look, it's stuck to the backer board. That's what you gotta be careful of. You gotta try to do what I do, what I should do. What I usually do is fold it over. Fold the flap over onto the adhesive strip, and then you can put it wherever you want, and you don't have to worry about accidentally throwing your book on there and tearing it apart. Now, there's something on there that's got to come off. Look at this. You see that? Keeps. I can't get it. Oh, now it went to the other side. Would you believe that? There. Anyway. Backer boards on there. I'll get this. Now I can take it off the adhesive strip and reinsert the comic book safely. Of course, you got to make sure that while you're reinserting the comic book into the sleeve, that you're not accidentally putting the adhesive side down again on something. I don't know. Huh. I should be drinking decaf. This is a... Where did I get... I can't remember where I got this from. But I've had this, and I must have shown it before. June 11, 1968 is when it got to the newsstand. It's 1966. Baby Huey and Papa. It is a rocket with a sail billowing in space cover. Rocket in space. Rocket with a sail billowing in space cover. Let's take it out here and see if there's any interesting ads in here. I'm probably boring the hell out of you guys. Oh, Caspa. Gee, Caspa. Caspa. Gee, Caspa, that tastes good. Casper TV show. I used to love that show when I was a kid. Not in '66. I wasn't watching it that much. I did watch it, you know, but more in the early '60s. And they were mostly cartoons from all the old Paramount. I would have thought there would have been some interesting ads in here. Flash Ferrell, Goodyear. Let's see. Maybe, oh, look at a rocket ship. Oh boy. Binoculars. Yeah, that's an ad that everybody always sees. I used to, as a kid, I used to love... They had these in the Harvey Comics, what was coming up, you know, in a couple of weeks, or in 1 week sometimes, or next month. and I always check them off in pencil. And I carry that comic book around with me 2 weeks later, looking at the newsstand for those books. That's how I did it. Before I ever got into the any comics from Marvel or DC. What else we got here? Oh, Forbidden Worlds, number 84. Oh, this is another one of those underwater covers. That's a mermaid rescuing a guy that's drowning. Looks like. ACG, American Comics Group. Number 84. Look, it's got a little fish there. I'll put that there. Let me see something here. Hold on. Hold on, I say. Oh, there we go. Kind of looks, it reminded me of this right away, you know. And that. Interesting. Very interesting, yes. Well, I think that's about all I got to do. Other stuff here. Oh. Here, I got one last thing I want to show you. It's not a comic book, but it is in a way comic book related. This is a box. I don't have the Cowboys and Indians in it, but I do have it back here, I think. What you would get, I think, is 100 Cowboys and Indians in this box. This is by Cosman, the same people that bring you the what do you call it? The Civil War soldiers and the Civil War soldiers, the Roman soldiers, and the Revolutionary War soldiers. And I do have all of those. Well, I showed them before. I was looking for the Cowboys and Indians, and then I found it right here for a long time. And then they're right here. What the hell? There's other stuff in here I didn't even know. Oh. Well, looky here. That's kind of a surprise here. Where in the world did these come from? These look like Cracker Jack. Oh, Lord have mercy. Cracker Jack toys that you find in the Cracker Jack box. Isn't that interesting? I don't even know what that red thing is. Is that a lobster or something? No. Oh my goodness. These are... Oh, wait a minute. I know what this is. This not... These are not Cracker Jack toys. These are animals that were in... Oh, I'll show you that in a minute. Never mind. Hold on. Here's... I would have to take them out of the bags to show you, but these are the Cowboys and Indians. Here's more. Comic book flats. Cowboys and Indians, 100 of them. And I'm pretty sure they're all there. But how in the world they all came in this box is beyond me. I mean, I didn't even want to try to put them into the box. I never had the box. I found the box. I do have my original box, though. I had an original... Oh, is it in here? Oh, yeah, it is. This I bought. This box I bought. I'm pretty sure at a flea market, or maybe it was eBay. I can't remember. But this is the box that all these came in. And I had these, I bought them in the 70s. That's not from my childhood. I bought those way back in the 70s. But this, some of them might be original yet though. I don't know. Because this I did... This is what's left of the original box. It was in with my marbles and other stuff, and I just kind of, I kept it. I almost threw it out because it's just, it's falling apart. All the pieces are in there. See it? Little pieces are falling apart in there. How I kept this after all these years is beyond me. And is it the same one? No, it's a different box. How do you like that? Cowboys and Indians. Cowboys and Indians. This is the original box. Let me move my fingers out of the way and see if I can't focus this damn thing. And then here's the back. Then this is the this must be a later box that they use It's got cutouts, you know, you can use with the plastic toys. But it's the same company. Yeah. Oops. Damn it, be careful. See that? "103 Penn Avenue, Pittsburgh." See? Same address. "1003 Penn Avenue, Pittsburgh." Same address. Wow. Can you imagine that? I wonder what year this is from. Had to be from, man, really, really early 60s, maybe 61, maybe even 1959. No, it couldn't have been 59. Yeah, it's maybe 61 is what I'm thinking. But that is kind of crazy that I still got this. I found it in with the marbles. My mom kept marbles that I always loved to play with marbles, and she kept cigar boxes from my father. Kept all my marbles in there with other little knickknacks and stuff that I didn't even find out about until, you know, after she passed, and some of the stuff I knew about before, but let her hold on to it. But then there was a lot more stuff that I found out later that she had. And getting back to these animals that I thought were from the from a Cracker Jack box, they are not. These, what is this? I think this is an elephant. Look. From a circus. And here, there's a lot of other stuff in there too. These are what you call cake toppers. I mean, I think they also sold these in dime stores. But, and they were, you know, in bakeries you'd order order birthday cakes or a cake for whatever, you know, occasion that it may be. They had all these different kind of tops, plastic toppers that you would put on top of the cake to represent whatever occasion it is. You know, maybe you do a kid's birthday, might love having these a circus train, and then these animals will go inside. These inside the circus cars. So that's what that is. And here all this time I thought they were from Cracker Jack boxes. I collect a lot of these little things. You know, a lot of it's from dime stores, some of it's from comic books, comic book ads, I should say, like those Cowboys and Indians. These cake toppers. What else is in here? What in the world? There's some more circus. See the animals there? There they are inside there. That's what I have. Circus train. How cool is this stuff? I can't wait to have a house where I can display even all these little things. These are so cool to have. And it must have been... How did I get... These are also cake toppers. All these... What else do I got? Let me take this out of here. Oh, look at that. They go on top of your cake. Depending on the age of the individual. Can you imagine if you're 72 years old like me and then you have to have 72 of these? And these are the kind of things I'd want on my cake, even at 72. And then in the middle of the cake, I think I might like some balloons. Ooh, here's some bigger clowns. Wow. I didn't know I had these in here. Or I forgot about them. Well, so, put that back in there. Better not put that in there. I'm still flabbergasted about this thing. I had forgotten about this. I'm going to have to figure out a way to put these. I don't think there's anything I can do to restore that one. It's just brittle and falling apart. But I don't want to. I almost threw it out. I'm glad I didn't. I'm so glad I didn't. Anyway. Oh, this goes back in there. Yeah, don't forget, next Friday, what's it again? March 15th. Friday, March 15th. On the Horror Mike's channel, we're going to have, he's having a 2,000 subscriber celebration. So, I hope you people will all tune in for that. You'll find the link in the description box. And now, I hate to say goodbye for now, but the show must come to an end, if you can call it a show. Silly old man collecting toys and comics and lobby cards and movie posters and action figures. I mean, what guy my age does that kind of thing? Look at it, 45 holiday RPM records, children's records. Who walks around with a spider on his shoulder. I don't have a chip on my shoulder like some people do. I got a spider on there. Well, thanks for watching and sticking around this long. And again, I'm leaving the link to the Horror Mike 2,000 subscriber extravaganza. Oh boy! Oh boy! So tune in for that, and we'll see you very soon, I hope. Probably after the Horror Mike show, I'll upload another video. I don't think I'll be able to upload one before that. There's Graphic Man Comics. The Fossils are going to be on Wednesday night. I don't know if I'm going to make that for sure or not. I think I am, but I don't know for sure. But don't forget about that one. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Central. Graphic Man Comics. 4-color fossils. And we'll see you next time. Till then, live long and be well.